Hi, my name is Tamara. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. If you're new and you like fragrances or you just like my vibe, then please subscribe, stick around. We would love to have you. Now, as you can see from the title, today we're talking about my Middle Eastern fragrances rant. Last week I did a Lattafa video. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. That was my Lattafa fragrances rant. And as I was doing that video, I realized I have other Middle Eastern fragrances that I love, some of which I love way more than my Lattafa fragrances. So I decided to do a top 10 Middle Eastern fragrances. Please drop a comment. What is your top? What is your favorite Middle Eastern fragrance? I want to know, because if maybe I don't have it, I may just get it. Now, let's really jump into the video. At number 10, I can't believe I'm saying this because I really love this fragrance. This is your boozy fragrance. This fragrance, when I think about the fragrance, I only think about the holidays. I think about Christmas, festivities, Thanksgiving, because it has the spices, the booziness, the sweetness, and this is Khamrah. And I feel like I'm gonna pick up Khamrah Aqua. I'm not sure what it is. Let me know what it is. I hear it's even nicer than this one, but for some reason I love this fragrance. This gives me the sweetness, it gives me the spices, it gives me the booziness. It's not overly sweet, but this is my Thanksgiving, Christmas festivities. Any festivities in the fall, winter time, I want to pull for this one because it is just so nice. It's a beast mode of a fragrance. It projects, so whenever there's some holiday festivities or anything happening and I'm wearing this, they're gonna compliment me, and it's gonna last for whatever time I'm out for, because this fragrance gives me 10+ hours. So absolutely one of my favorite, but I tend to box it into Thanksgiving and Christmas and festivities. So that's pretty much the times I will pull for this, but I do love the scent profile. This one has cinnamon, nutmeg, bergamot, date, praline, so you're getting the sweetness from the praline and from the vanilla. It has tuberose, mahonial, vanilla, tonka bean, myrrh. But when I tell you, spicy, sweet, boozy vanilla fragrance, this is Khamrah. Now, in the number 9 spot, if you know me, you know how much I love my Coco Mademoiselle fragrance. I love, from Chanel. I love that fragrance. That was my work fragrance. That was my signature work scent. That's all I wanted to pull for. And then I saw TikTok hyping up this fragrance, which is Angham, and this is Club de Nuit Woman. They were hyping this fragrance that this is a dupe for the Coco Mademoiselle. You know I had to get it. I will say though, I get similarities, but I think they go into two different directions. This is a perfumey, nice, projecting beast mode of a fragrance. I absolutely love this one. I would say Coco Mademoiselle is more of a mature crowd. This version is more of a younger crowd. So while the younger people probably would be like, oh, Coco Mademoiselle is too mature and too old for me, this one, they would vibe with this, even though it has similar DNA. Not one-to-one, but they do have similarities. I consider this a fruity floral fragrance. This one, when you first spray it, you're getting the fruitiness. It has the orange blossom, it has grapefruit, it has peach, I want to say, and maybe orange in the opening. So very fruity in the opening. Have patchouli, musk, amber, and vetiver in the base. So nice. Chanel love patchouli, but the patchouli in this one is not too much, not overbearing. So if Coco Mademoiselle was at too much patchouli for you and it was too much in that, this one, I think it's not as heavy in there. It's still there, but it's not as prominent. I don't get a patchouli fragrance from this one. It blends well with the musk and the vetiver in the base, but it projects. It's long lasting. Musky vanilla dry down from this one, but it is very fruity. Then you get into florals mixed with the fruitiness. It's a beautiful blend of notes and it's a beautiful floral. So this is Angham. If you love Coco Mademoiselle, or it was just too dated for you and you want something more young, fresh, fruity, then I would say this one. This is a more fruity version of the Coco Mademoiselle. Love this. Most Middle Eastern fragrances I have that are inspired by, I already have the original, but this one I don't have the original, so I don't even know if it's a dupe for it. A lot of people say they're very similar. maybe not 1-to-1, but maybe 90%. I don't know because I've never smelled it. But Rifaqaat by Paris Corner. This one is a warm, spicy vanilla fragrance. It is a warm, spicy, woody vanilla fragrance. I want to say when you first spray this one, you're getting the spiciness. It has this, you're getting the spiciness from the pink pepper for sure. Don't let that fool you. It dries down to the sweetest vanilla, woody dry down. It has some incense or some form of incense in there, I want to say. You get that coming through. It's a different take on vanilla. It is spicy, sweet, musky, woody. I absolutely love this one. So if you like a vanilla fragrance, but you like a different take on vanilla, a woody, spicy version of that, the spiciness for me doesn't last throughout the life of the fragrance. I think it goes away. However, it dries down to a more woody vanilla fragrance. That's what I get from it. So if you want something that's different, not just a vanilla or a gourmand fragrance, but something with character, with complexity, with depth, I highly recommend this one. I absolutely love this. Rifaqaat from Paris Corner. Love her. Now another one which is pretty new to my collection, ambery fragrance, is an ambery vanilla fragrance in my opinion, and this is Teriaq Intense. This is fairly new, but this one, it is really beautiful. It gives me a sensual ambery vanilla vibe. So this one is a spicy, sweet, slightly musky fragrance. When you spray it, you're gonna get the spices. It has the cinnamon and you get that note. It's very prominent in there, but then I get an ambery vanilla feel from it. Very sensual, very sexy. I love this more than the original. I have the original, but for me, I think this one's a more sensual, sexy, slightly sweet fragrance, and it's not overly sweet. I don't even know if it has vanilla listed, but it has that sweetness from it. And it has a slight creaminess in there, but not creamy, not lactonic, not milky, just a slight creaminess maybe from, I don't know, sandalwood in there, but that's the vibe I get. But this fragrance is a evening date night sensual ambery fragrance. I feel like you have to love an ambery fragrance to like this one, because that's the direction I think this goes into. But a beautiful fragrance. I love this one, and this is a Lattafa Quentin Beige collab. They did an amazing job. This is what I want the original to smell like, but this one, I think the original may be a little bit sweeter than this, because I think the original has caramel in there. This is not as sweet, but it's more sensual and ambery in my opinion. This is Teriaq Intense. Love this. Now another one that I absolutely love is Eclaire. Eclaire is a creamy, milky, sweet caramel vanilla fragrance. I love this one. This is supposed to be a dupe for Bianco Latte, and it's not as heavy as Bianco Latte, but I honestly think you don't need both. Bianco Latte is like 150. This is probably 40, and I think it's almost 1-to-1. So I love this, and I feel like this can be worn maybe spring and fall, whereas Bianco Latte, I really just fall. I put it in the fall winter category because it's so heavy. This is creamy and lactonic and milk and caramel and vanilla, like all of that as Bianco Latte, but I don't think it's as dense or as heavy as Bianco Latte. This is a gourmand fragrance, but Lattafa did their big one with this fragrance. It is almost everything like the original. So you have to love a caramel vanilla fragrance. Very sweet, very much gourmand fragrance, the vibe with Eclaire. But Eclaire is always going to be in my collection. I love it. Even when I stop wearing Bianco Latte, even though I love Bianco Latte, I like Eclaire. I feel like I'm going to have Eclaire. And I layer Eclaire with quite a few fragrances in my collection. This is just a nice, sweet caramel, vanilla, dry down. Creamy, milky, dry down. Musky, slightly musky. I'm almost sure there's musk in there. There's musk in there to kind of just balance it out and bring it back and make it just not be a full gourmand. The musk just really do a good job in balance it out. So really a caramel vanilla fragrance with a slight musk undertone. Eclaire. In the number 5 spot, it is Her Confession, again from Lattafa. I think in my Lattafa collection ranked, I gave them, they were number 2 because I really love both of them, and I couldn't, but I really have to rank them. So I would say I love Her Confession. This is another dupe for another dupe. This is a dupe for Blanche Bed. I love Blanche Bed. Blanche Bed is just this milky, lactonic, floral, slightly sweet fragrance. I would say this is giving me similar vibes. So it's milky, it's creamy, it's lactonic, it's florals, and it's slightly sweet. However, I think this is a tad bit, just a tad bit sweeter than the Blanche Bed. So if you like a sweetness to your fragrance, you want something a little bit more sweet, you like the creaminess, that milky lactonic feel of Bianco, of Blanche Bed, but you like a little bit more, you wanted the base to be a little bit sweeter, I think you will like this. For the price, for a fraction, this is a fraction of the price. This is under 50, and I think the Blanche Bed is almost, it's 2 something. I want to say I pay over $200 and something for that fragrance. This is a nice version of it, very similar. This is another one where, do you need both? No. This is slightly sweeter, give off a little different vibe because of the sweetness to it, but they're very similar. So you don't necessarily need both, but it is creamy, it is sweet. You have to love milky notes mixed with some florals, mixed with your mixed with sweetness to like it. It's a unique fragrance. These 2 fragrances are very unique to my collection, and my collection is growing, but I find that it's a very unique blend. This, Her Confession, a very good dupe for the Blanche Bed. So if you want to see what the Blanche Bed was about and you didn't want to pay the price, but you like the smell, I would say check out Her Confession. And if you really love Her Confession, then that's when I would get the Blanche Bed. Junoon Noir. So this one is a dupe for Gerjoff Dama Bianca from the Casamarati line. This one, I love my Gerjoff. I love my Dama Bianca. Really love my Dama Bianca. But this from who made this? Armain? This one projects a little bit more. It's a little bit more long lasting than the Dama Bianca. Dama Bianca is a pretty girl fragrance, very pretty. It opens up fresh, but it's like a slightly powdery vanilla fragrance. I see this one and the Dama Bianca as brunch, as baby shower, as you put on a nice, simple, classy white dress. You have to put on Dama Bianca or this one. That's the vibe I get. Or even if you just like a nice classic vanilla fragrance, you don't necessarily have to go to a brunch, you don't necessarily have to go to a baby shower or a wedding dinner or whatever. You can wear this anytime because it's that classy, pretty girl vanilla fragrance, very soft. If you like a soft vanilla fragrance and you don't want to be too much or do too much, or you work in an environment where you don't want your perfume overpower you or, you know, introduce you, then this would be a nice fragrance. It doesn't last long. This is a longer lasting version to it though. So Dama Bianca is very nice, but it's not your long lasting fragrance. After maybe 5 hours, you have to re-up. This one's gonna give you about 2 more hours, so maybe about 7 hours before you have to re-up, and it projects a little bit more. Love this one. This one opens up with the kumquat and lime, similar to Dama Bianca, so you get that fresh opening when you spray. You get the powderness from the orris, you get a slight creaminess from the sandalwood, and then the musk and the cedar just grounds the fragrance, give it some depth and balance it out, and that causes it to be a little bit longer lasting. But absolutely love this fragrance. This is really a good dupe, and I'm happy I picked this one up because it's really a good dupe from the house. Another one that's my favorite, and every single time I wear this fragrance, I get a compliment every single time. Without, it doesn't matter where I go, I'm getting a compliment. And this is supposed to be a dupe for Valaya. This is Mystique Bouquet. Now I would say this one is not as sharp as the Valaya. So Valaya has the Akigala with it, has the Ambroxan, so it makes it a bit sharp. So the fragrance is very sharp. This one is slightly sweeter, softer. You get the DNA of Valaya, but it's not in your face and heavy and beast mode as the Valaya. So I love this one. This one, Valaya will give you about 10 plus hours. This is probably going to give you 8 plus hours. So you're still getting long lasting beast mode, project, complements everything that you would get from Valaya without the sharpness from Valaya. So very similar. I really do love this one. This is spring summer rotation. Yes, Valaya I save for like if I'm special occasion or I'm going somewhere where I'm dressing up a little bit more and I want that DNA. But this one is a softer version, so I can wear this to work, I can wear this to go out, errands, brunch, whatever it is. I'm pulling for this one. Sometimes I even layer this with the Valaya. So this for me, if the Valaya was too much, too strong, too heavy, too tart, too much, you like the DNA but you want something just a tad bit softer, then I would say this one. It's not a one-to-one. I would say it's about maybe 90%, but they did a really good one with this one. Absolutely love this one. I think this is closer to the exclusive than the original, because the exclusive, Valaya exclusive, is denser. It is powdery, more powdery. It's a little bit sweeter and softer than the original. So this kind of more, this is similar to the exclusive in my opinion than to the original. But Mystique Bouquet in the number 2 spot. This was my number 1 for my Lattafa ranking, so I really do love the fragrance, but it's number 2 here, and this is Angham from Lattafa. This one, it is so pretty. This is supposed to be a dupe for Burberry Goddess. Also in this, with this one as well, you get more projection. Sillage is more, and longevity is better in this one than it is in the Goddess. The Goddess gives me a nice soft vanilla, classic girl vanilla. This gives me the same, very similar, but I feel like it projects a little bit more. It has a lot more going on than the Burberry Goddess. So this is hype, but it's hype for a reason, and I absolutely love this one. It has the lavender, has the ginger like the Burberry Goddess. It also has the vanilla in there, but it has a little bit more notes, more florals coming through. And in the base, it has the amber and musk in the base. But this fragrance, as I said, if Burberry Goddess was too much, too expensive, because I think that is one something, this is under 50 and it projects more, longer lasting, and sillage is better. It's a better price point. I love my Burberry Goddess, however, still this one is giving it a run for its money. This is an amazing dupe by Lattafa. I love Burberry Goddess, and one of the things that I wanted in Burberry Goddess was longevity. I get it here. The lavender in this is not too much and it's not too masculine. This is not, it's not too much and it's not too masculine leaning. It blends really well. Lattafa, they know what they're doing over there. They do a good job with their fragrance, especially their dupes. And they have some original fragrances as well, but they really do a good job. So it just goes to show that you don't have to pay high prices for fragrances, because you can get the same smell for less, and it shows in Angham from Lattafa. This is a beautiful creation from the Lattafa team. Love this. So number 2 spot. Now in the number 1 spot, I want to say this is one of the best dupe out there to date. This is so close to the original. The original is like $380, almost $400. This again is under 50 and is almost, it's almost a one-to-one dupe. It's a beast mode. It smells good. It projects. Sillage is amazing, and it's none other than Armaf Club de Nuit Imperiale. One of the best dupe out there. Whatever they're doing over there to get, this is so close to the Delina exclusive. If you've been watching me for a while, you know Delina exclusive is one of my favorite fragrance. It's a lifer for me. But this is so, you get in pretty much everything you get in Delina exclusive. I just don't understand how they're doing it for that price. So it, again, as I said with the Angham, it goes to show that you don't have to pay the high price. Well, Delina exclusive is different because I love that fragrance. It opens up so fresh, so fruity. You get the lychee, you get the orange blossom, very fruity in the opening, but then it dries down to a slightly sweet, musky fragrance. It's a fruity floral. I put this in the fruity floral family. This is a beast mode. Some will say it lasts longer than Delina exclusive, but Delina exclusive is a beast mode. You're gonna get 10+ hours. So after 10 hours, I'm not clocking it. This It's long lasting, similar DNA, it projects. So for me, I'm saving my Delina exclusive because it's not cheap. And I wear this when I want that DNA because it is so close. You're gonna get the compliments. This is a pretty rose forward, rose lychee combination. You get the lychee in the opening, cashmere and cedar would dry down. The cedar, the musk and the vanilla just really balance the fragrance out, and that's what helps it to project and make it more long lasting. But this fragrance, it is one of my favorite. I love the Delina exclusive. As I said, the Delina exclusive is a lifer. It was my first niche fragrance, and it was love at first sniff. So I have a special place in my heart for the Delina exclusive, and I will always have that DNA because this is so much cheaper and it is so similar to the original that I can wear either one and people won't know the difference. I could rock this or the Delina exclusive and I guarantee you people will not know which one is which. That's how close they are. So if you love the Delina exclusive, or you want to save your Delina exclusive like me, get the arm off. Get the arm off, layer them if you want to, or save your Delina exclusive. Or if you've always wanted the Delina exclusive but it was just way too much and you couldn't justify the price point, get this version and fool the crowd. They won't know the difference. But this is my number one Middle Eastern fragrance. I love this, and most people I know love this fragrance. It's an amazing, it is a popular fragrance for a reason, and I could see why. It is a beast mode, projects long lasting, get you compliments, all of that. I've never worn this fragrance and not gotten a compliment, or the original, either one. But this one, I would say, going out, dressing up, work, if you want to, events, dinner, date, meeting, anything that you want to smell, or anything that you want to introduce you want to reach before you get there, and even after you leave the fragrance is still hanging around, you need this. And it is Armaf Club de Nuit Imperiale. Now that's it. Those are my top 10 Middle Eastern fragrances. They are inexpensive, they last long, they're very much up there with the original, and I love them, and they allow me to save my more expensive fragrance because I can rock them and people won't know the difference. So if you're still here and you enjoyed the video and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Just hit the button. It's not going to cost you anything. And I really hope I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I get to see you in the next one. Bye.